Welcome to Tarte Island, Bora Bora.
It's 2024 and brands are still doing influencer trips. Consider me uninfluenced.
Arrived. Welcome to Tarte Island, Bora Bora.
Now that we're coming into summer, brands are starting to host their brand trips again. One of the biggest ones so far this year has been the Tarte Brand trip, which took place just last weekend to Bora Bora. Tarte has been no stranger to having controversies on these trips. Like a lot of other brand trips, they tend to gather a lot of drama and a lot of controversy. But lately, it's felt different.
Tarte, I think you really missed your mark, and I think that you really fucked up like your whole PR perspective on your brand with this trip alone.
And it's got people questioning, are Gen Z just over influencers? As always, these influencers have been showing off their 5-star holiday, including luxury hotels, expensive gifts, and private jets.
You guys, there's matching Jordans for me and my best friend. Not Tarte giving us a Canon G7X. I have no words. Dude, what?
And that's where the controversy starts.
Digging in. I'm sorry, active set is the cutest thing I've ever seen. If you know, you know.
And the brands really only host these trips to make money. Let's be real. Is all publicity good publicity? I don't know. One of the first posts to gather attention was where you can see them in their private jet enjoying the flight, having a good time, and mouthing to the soundtrack of Take Your Broke Ass Home, if you know that song. Are you for real? I mean, people were not happy. The comments obviously were not positive.
Personally, my image of Tarte was ruined by the first video I saw under Tripping with Tarte on my For You page. That some people are gonna argue, oh, well, she was just using a popular song. It's fine, it's okay. Okay, yeah, you used the song Glamorous, but you also be smart and edit out the first half of you sitting there fanning your ticket like this, saying, if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Honey, you are on an all expenses paid, like all-inclusive experience, and that's just tone deaf as every single comment on that video is not positive. I don't think there's one, I sat there and I looked through it. They are not positive.
And she is not being dramatic when she says the comments are not positive. Is taking influencers on these lavish trips supposed to make us want to buy more of your product? Because it's doing the opposite. Why not send actual day-to-day Tarte employees instead? These trips give me the ick. And it's giving tone deaf. To say these comments were not positive is an understatement. Now I see why Tarte is so expensive. People aren't happy that these trips are being taken by people that not only could probably afford the trips in the first place, but also some of these people don't even seem to use Tarte cosmetics. Videos that people have posted about the trip and about the drama surrounding the Take Your Broke Ass Home video have gotten very popular.
You are sending already rich influencers on this trip. But you're sending already rich influencers, you're packing their PR packages full of brand new Jordans, brand new Bays, whatever it's called, luggage, a brand new $700 camera. And how many influencers went on that trip and got a box? A $700 camera and a PR package. And the funny thing is, half of these influencers are not makeup influencers. They're mommy bloggers, different other people that I don't really know. Personally, I don't know, don't care. If it were influencers that were actively using Tarte, or customers, which they claim we sent 2 customers on the trip. 2 customers out of how many influencers who are actively using Tarte and actually promoting your brand? These influencers, I have not seen one use Tarte except for on this trip.
This has led to a lot of the comments commenting how out of touch these influencers are. With people saying, the influencers have influenced us to not spend money on Tarte again, lol. This video single-handedly made me not only want to throw out every single Tarte product that I own, but as well as simply never purchasing an item again. Since posting this video, the influencer has said that they didn't mean anything and were just using a trending audio. However, they've turned off duets but has still left the video up. So, is all publicity good publicity? Because judging from these comments, I'm not so sure if this is going to pay off for Tarte. They're starting to call it influencer fatigue. And it seems that this type of marketing is just not paying off like it used to in the past. I know that I asked for the Kylie lip kit when it first came out. I bought the Morphe palettes. But for some reason, people don't seem convinced about buying Tarte. And an interesting article from the Business Insider reports that influencer fatigue is real and this type of marketing is not paying off like it used to. This isn't the first time that I've personally witnessed influencer fatigue, she said. At peak influencer culture for Instagram, before TikTok was even a thing, we had the same scenario. It seems like it's a mix of things, where people are starting to question the authenticity of influencers. A few years ago, influencer marketing was brand new. People trusted what people would have to say, and that would be a lot of the reason that brands would get famous or more popular. But now I think it's got to the point where people realise that it's all fake. I mean, James Charles has come out and said that he didn't like his Morphe palette, which a lot of people bought because he recommended. And when it comes to brand trips especially, are these people going to genuinely review the product? I mean, they're obviously going to just say they love it, regardless of what they think of the product. And they're getting a whole trip to Bora Bora, they got loads of gifts. There's no way on earth they're going to be honest if they don't like the product. If they like the product, then it's a win. But that just means that we can't really trust what these people have to say. And it also means that after the trip, if they ever talk about another Tarte product in the future, they're probably going to try and have a more positive opinion, even if that video isn't sponsored, so that they can come on the trip again. And indeed, even people that don't go on the trip could be influenced in the same way. And I don't think it's unlikely that people would post positive reviews about Tarte products so that they can go on the trip in the future.
If I like it, I'll just grab it in a different color. If I like it, I'll just grab it in another color. If I like it and they have another color, I'll just grab it. Did I like it and they had a different color? Consider it grabbed.
The article states that Gen Z seem to be tired of seeing influencers sent on extravagant van trips. The generation that has grown up with social media says the lavish lifestyles of the internet's rich and famous no longer thrill them. Maybe it's bad timing at a time when people's rents are going up, people's incomes aren't, and they're seeing people who post videos on social media for a living going on trips, which, to be honest, most people probably will never get to go on in their lives. So from that angle, I can see why people would get upset about this, or just why this kind of marketing wouldn't be as impactful as it used to be. A lot of people's dollars are just stretched thin, she said. People are getting sick of these corporations making millions, even billions of dollars off of working people and rewarding people that already have money. Young people are in their boycott era, said Sherman, who is on the cusp of millennials and Gen Z, and are no longer impressed or feeling like they have to buy certain things to feel worthy. And I think that as we see quiet luxury trending and a move away from brand logos, I do think this is probably true. This, along with a cost of living crisis, higher rents and mortgage rates, and credit card debt backing up, means seeing already wealthy influencers given free luxury vacations doesn't have the same appeal anymore.
Everyone right now, a lot of people in the US are living paycheck to paycheck. In this economy, you are spoiling these people to Bora Bora. It's Tarte for the next trip. I really think that you should not take all these influencers, random ass influencers that aren't promoting your brand. Maybe do one of customers, micro influencers that have been promoting your brand since day one or since the day they started doing makeup. Let's not take mommy vloggers, random people, just people who like had one video blow up and all of a sudden they're famous. Because honestly, Abby Befo, that is the worst, that is the worst first impression of a trip that I've ever seen. Like, you're literally just gonna, and you're gonna allow her to keep it up. That's associated with your brand now, of her calling other people broke. Basically calling the Tarte customers broke when basically, like, we're paying for that trip. That we're buying all your products.
Nobody wants to watch somebody eating caviar in their private jet while they're scraping up money to buy eggs. They're eating fish eggs in the sky, and you can't even afford great value eggs from Walmart. I do think that's quite a funny statement, but it's actually not funny because it's true. Even though this type of advertising might not be more expensive than traditional advertising, seeing the amount of money that is spent on these influencers does make me question the profit margins on these items. And then I think maybe cheaper products like Elf, for example, are the same quality, but you're paying more for the branding. And I think a lot of people are cluing onto this. And I don't think it's true always. For example, the Dior lip oil is lovely. I just don't know if this is going to pay off. Finally, I do think that Gen Z are just more aware of climate change. And I think that's because we have to be. And for a good reason. You've seen people like Taylor Swift being called out for taking so many jet rides in the past year. And I think Gen Z are just generally holding people and companies to account in terms of environmental sustainability, and this trip just throws that out the window. Flying a few girls on a private jet to Bora Bora from America is obviously not good for the planet, and that's not helping either. Tarte especially seem to be really leaning into influencer marketing at a time when other brands like Morphe are dropping influencers. They regularly host a TikTok Live, TikTok Shop, where they will talk or sell products live, but clearly it shows that Tarte's really leaning into social media. So it will be really interesting to see how this pays off for them, and if all publicity is good publicity.
Tea, bottom tea.
Top tea or bottom tea?
Top
Kitchen
tea, bottom
Quest.
tea.
Come on, Kitchen Quest. Yay. Okay, you also have
Let
to
me know what you think about this brand trip and the future of brand trips in general in the comments down below. Well, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.